which of these 5 circuits has the greatest current by the battery? Well, to figure that out, we're going to be using Ohm's law, V equals IR. And if we solve for I, we get voltage divided by resistance. Now, the voltages on all of the batteries are unmarked, but the batteries are the same. So it all comes down to resistance. And you can solve this question by just thinking conceptually. To have the greatest current, we will need to have the smallest resistance here. And you can further figure out this problem by understanding that resistors in series are added linearly, so they grow and the current decreases, and resistors that are added in parallel make the overall current increase. So, just thinking conceptually, this circuit should be the answer. But we're going to go ahead and quickly solve all of them mathematically. To do that, I'm also just going to assign a value for V. Since we're not given one, just to make it easier, I'm going to say it's 1 volt. Okay, so our top left circuit. Using Ohm's law, we have voltage divided by resistance, where the voltage is 1 and the resistance is 2. So our current is 0.5 amps. Looking at the next circuit in the bottom left, same idea. We can use Ohm's law. Voltage divided by resistance. The voltage is 1, the resistance is 6, so we get a current of 0.17 amps. Looking at the, let's do the one in the top right next. And let's change the color so this is a little more clear. There we go. Let's look at the circuit in the top right next. We have 2 ohms and 2 ohms. Well, to find the total resistance RT in a series circuit, we just add them up. 2 plus 2. So the total resistance is going to be 4 ohms. Using Ohm's law, I equals V divided by R. The voltage is 1 and the resistance is 4. So our current I is going to be equal to 0.25 amps. Now we have 2 circuits left that are both resistors in parallel. So we can go ahead and solve those as well. Adding the resistors from the middle circuit here, we do that by adding the reciprocal of each. 1/4 plus 1/4 is a half. And let's just move this guy down. Ran out of room there. 1/4 plus 1/4 is a half. And if we cross multiply to find RT, then we will have RT equals 2 amps. Or sorry, 2 ohms. Getting ahead of myself. So going ahead and using Ohm's law, I equals V divided by R. V is 1, R is 2. We get a current of 0.5 amps. We have one last circuit left. And I'm just going to create a little bit more room. Move a few things over. And let's also just move this guy away a bit too. There we go. So looking at our last circuit, once again we've got resistors in parallel, so we can go ahead and add those up as the reciprocal. 1/2 plus 1/2 is just equal to 1, and then cross multiplying we get that the total resistance is 1 ohm. Using Ohm's law, I equals V over R. The voltage here is 1 and the resistance is 1, so the current is equal to 1 amp. And as we can see, that is the greatest current of all of the options. So the parallel circuit with two 2 ohm resistors has the greatest current. Once again, we also could have figured that out conceptually by understanding that resistors in parallel increase the current. But as long as those resistors are small, they will give us the greatest current.